And for me, I think, and this is going to sound weird coming from a Vikings fan, but I'm frustrated for Cowboys fans because I played, well, I didn't play, but I watched my team play against Mike McCarthy for years. I've seen the teams he's led. The one Super Bowl he's won is because Aaron Rodgers was superhuman in that Super Bowl and continues to be superhuman somehow. The question is or is not, maybe this isn't right grammatically, whatever, is or is not Mike McCarthy the answer in Dallas? I think my answer here is a resounding no. And the frustrating thing for me as a Vikings fan looking across the nation here is he has everything he should need. I feel if you trade Mike McCarthy to the CFL, the Albuquerque or New Mexico, Netherlands, something or other.
Sure.
If you trade Mike McCarthy to another league or to a different team or whatever, and you bring in a coach like, say, Jim Harbaugh or even Flores from the Dolphins, who just for some reason got fired, which was not, I didn't think that was the best decision. Even coaches, maybe even Matt LaFleur, maybe, I don't know. But the thing is, if you bring in a coach that even has some small amount of ability, like some small amount of I don't want to say intelligence because I think Mike McCarthy is very intelligent, but his ability to lead a team, leadership ability. There we go.
Yeah,
I was having a tough time because Mike McCarthy is a very smart man, but apparently the team doesn't feel led by him because you can tell there's a difference when there's a Dallas Cowboys squad that is led by Dak and the way they play under Dak and for Dak, as opposed to Mike McCarthy as the head coach. Are you going to sit here and tell me that if you don't bring in Jim Harbaugh, immediately the Cowboys are in the playoffs every single? Because people forget this, Joe. Jim Harbaugh, I can't remember my names tonight. Jim Harbaugh made it to the NFC Championship game 3 years in a row and the NFL Super Bowl 1 year and barely lost to his brother in the Super Bowl. And he had Colin Kaepernick as his starting quarterback. Now, I bring that example up because Colin Kaepernick was a very good player, but I give the edge to Dak here. If you have a better quarterback, I believe in the conversation, at least a better defense, I think it would be interesting. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry, is my fiance's sneezing coming through loud and clear?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Okay, good. She really needs
to she's okay.
Yeah, she's fine. She just has to sneeze like 15 times in a row, and then she'll be done.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it would be great to have a kind of old school head coach, a Jim Harbaugh, So I did talk about Flores a couple weeks ago that I would be happy for him to go to Dallas. Even a Dan Quinn would be an improvement, but I had kind of a shift in my thinking yesterday as the Bengals, as Mike Brown was lifting the Lamar Hunt Trophy in Arrowhead Stadium. So the answer to whether or not Mike McCarthy is the answer is it doesn't matter because the coach in Dallas is a ceremonial title. The GM of that team is who is in the driver's seat. Mm-hmm. That was the case under Jason Garrett. It was the case under Wade Phillips. I don't know if it was the case under Chan Gailey, but it's at least been the case for the last, 12 to 15 years. Mm-hmm. And that's by design. That's because Jerry wants to be able to take credit for when this team inevitably wins a Super Bowl mm-hmm. under his management. Because any other general manager that's produced the kind of results he's produced over the last 25 years or so would have been fired by this point.
Yep.
Now, dang it, let me look at my notes here because I had a very excellent point I was going to land the plane. So you've got in Jerry Jones, man, who wants credit for everything, who who he's not a bad football mind, because what his thing with Wade Phillips and Jason Garrett and Mike McCarthy, it's been the same thing. You have an empty suit at coach who's basically like a CEO, and then you hire the best position coaches you can find and the best coordinators you can find. And those really determine the offense, because being the coach of the Dallas Cowboys, at least under the last three coaches, is not about calling plays or devising strategies or even maintaining discipline on the team. It's just about holding a clipboard on the sideline, clapping a bunch if you're Jason Garrett, kind of, making the decision, we're going to go for two here. Yeah, I guess he's technically in charge of that. But it's really it's the way the team's been run consistently for a long time.